The heartbeat of competition, the drama of the moment. This is NASCAR on McBlam Racing.
From the 2.5-mile super speedway of terror to the 1.5-mile oval of begged chaos, we are here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, race fans, for the Gander Outdoor Truck Series running of the Ultimate Tailgating 200 here on McBlam Racing. I'm your commentator and driver of the number 54 and 29 Technologies Toyota Tundra for David Gilliland Racing, Mikey McBlam. And as we always say after Daytona, the real racing begins now. Atlanta has always been known for its unique character, though some may refer to it as attitude. It's a rough and tough tire-eating track with high banks and even higher speeds, and if you're not careful, she'll bite you worse than the lady in black herself. So who has the guts to tame this monster? Let's line up this band of hooligans and find out, as we're about to do some NAS trucking at Atlanta. Alright, the field has been set for the Ultimate Tailgating 200 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Ben Rhodes is not looking too fast this weekend. Mason Massey failed technical inspection, and best buddy Clay Greenfield, for some reason, has missed driver introductions. So they're going to be starting at the back, but that's not going to affect our starting position for our second career pole here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, alongside of Grant Enfinger, leading this band of hooligans to the line. Green flags in the air. Let's bring the noise here at Atlanta. First lap is complete, and as I kind of figured we would do, we have pulled out to a massive lead. Grant Enfinger's running second, and they have no chance of catching us here. This is one of the things about Atlanta in this game. It's always been one of the easier racetracks to just kind of get out there and dominate. So it's like, unless you have a 3-star vehicle, this is actually going to be one of the hardest. This is actually, no, not the hardest, but this is going to be one of the easiest tracks to race on. But we have Brett Moffitt, who's moved his way into second. Grant Enfinger's fallen back to fourth. Ross Chastain moves up to third. Last year's Gander Outdoor Truck Series champion Harrison Burton has moved into fifth. Well, he's up to fourth now. He's taken the spot away from Grant Enfinger. Enfinger's fallen back quite a bit. 6 laps to go in the stage. And at this point, it's just probably best to go into tire conservation mode. I don't know if you heard that, but I lifted quite a bit through turns 1 and 2 there. And what I'm going to be doing through 3 and 4 is where you can actually go full throttle in this turn. What I'm going to be doing is just basically not lifting all the way, but just kind of backing off just enough to kind of not put too much pressure on the tires, especially that right front. That right front has blown on me numerous times, both in practice when I was trying to figure out, what the fuel mileage is, what the strategy is going to be in this race. And from what I understand, I think we're just going to be pitting on all 3 laps. I think we have to pit before stage 3, and then we're probably going to have to pit in stage 3. I don't know if these are going to be green flag pit stops or anything, but we got 4 to go. And it looks like Grant Enfinger has moved his way back up to 4th. Matt Crafton moves up to 5th. We've lost Harrison Burton out of the top 5. But we're fairly spread out, which means we're going to be dealing with lap traffic here. Not in this stage, but probably definitely stage 3. We're probably going to be dealing with lap traffic quite a bit. 3 laps to go in stage number 1. This is going to be probably I don't know what's the term, like when you put on a clinic or whatever, where you just like absolutely stomp the field. Yeah, this is going to be one of those kinds of races. You see, we're running about 49%, 48. You see how it quickly starts to drop down. 46, 45. All right, lost 4% in that corner alone. This is why I'm going into tire conservation mode, and this is one of those things like. You can deal with it. You can deal with it like you really can, but it's like if you were like doing an online race or whatever, it would be really hard to try to conserve tires here. It would be really hard because it's just the as much as it eats. Oh, okay. Caution is out. Stage is over, and we get our first stage win of the year. So it's ourselves, Brett Moffitt, Ross Chastain, Tyler Ankrum out of nowhere, hey teammate, and Matt Crafton rounds out the top 5. Grant Enfinger, Harrison Burton, Austin Hill, Christian Eckes, and Sheldon Creed, Gander Outdoor Truck Series IRL champion from 2020, round out the top 10. We aren't changing a darn thing. We're going to keep everything as is, and obviously if you want to know what my tire settings are, you can always kind of look. You know, you get a kind of a brief glimpse at what the setups are. But nothing's really changed hands here. Looks like the top 10 are the top 10. No one has changed. No one's lost or gained any spots. Green flags in the air for stage number 2. 7 laps in this stage. This feels like it's a little bit of a shorter stage. Got one truck sitting down on pit road. I don't know who that is. I'll find out who that is towards the end of the race. Or at the end of the race or whatever. But I don't know who that is down pit road. But he must have been the cause of the caution that ended stage 1. And we have just... This is ridiculous. I'm not even going to lie here. This is a little bit ridiculous. So we're going to do the same strategy, probably employ it a little bit earlier now. Just go ahead and just back up these corners, try to conserve our tires quite a bit. Looks like Ross Chastain has been able to move his way into second place. This is where the real battles happen. This is where the real racing is happening right here between second, third, fourth, and fifth. But yeah, our teammate decided he wants a little bit of a piece of the top 5 here. He came up out of nowhere. He's running 4th. I don't know. Okay. Pay attention to where I'm going. Let me pay attention to where I'm going. That's not going to hurt me too much there, but now let me try to pay attention to where I'm going here. Yeah, I don't know where Dylan Lupton is running. Probably not running too well, but Tyler Ankrum up here in the top 5. I think he was running well last year at Atlanta. I think he had a decent run. Did he win? I don't think he won at Atlanta. I think maybe Matt Crafton or something. I'll have to check. You know, last year's series is in the description down below in case you were curious about what all went down. We were running for Henderson Motorsports, 3-star vehicle, teammates with Parker Kligerman. We have since upgraded. We've taken over the 54 from Natalie Decker upon her request. And the advice of my career manager. And oh boy. Oh boy, okay. Alright, so we can dominate this race if I don't do anything stupid like that. That's probably the one thing we don't want to do. Although that did feel a little bit loose there. It did feel a little bit loose, but what it is was I'm just trying to make things interesting. How about that? I did it all on purpose. I'm just trying to make things interesting. No, I'm not doing that. 2 to go in the stage. Nothing has changed hands so far. The top 5 have been the top 5 once everything got settled. We only have 1 truck out of the race, but there, like I was saying, upgraded. Okay, we did really well with tire wear this stage. We did really well. Okay, and you could hear us. We're actually lifting all the way in turns 3 and 4 that time. Yeah, we did really, really well with tire wear that time. So we have to kind of employ that same strategy. You can blow a tire so easily here. So easy to blow a tire here. You just have to be really careful. No need for me to conserve now. Might as well just kind of keep on going. Yeah, we did light years better than what we did in stage number 1. So actually getting a little bit tight. We're okay. We're going to come off turn 4. Do the dog leg, win us our second stage of the season. So it's going to be ourselves, Ross Chastain, Brett Moffitt, Tyler Ankrum, hey teammate, and Sheldon Creed are going to round out the top 5 for the stage. Matt Craft and Harrison Burton, Christian Eckes, Grant Enfinger is back up in here, and Johnny Soder out of nowhere. He's going to round out the top 10. Everyone is pitting. We're going to go ahead, come down pit road. How many laps are in stage number 3? Okay, so stage 3 fuel estimate is 14 laps. Oh, okay, well we have 15 laps. I don't know, it's not telling me how many laps are left in the race though, so I guess we'll figure that out once we get started. Harrison Burton and Matt Crafton changed hands on that pit road on pit stops, but here we go. Green flag is in the air. Stage 3 is underway. Third and final stage, 11 laps to go on the stage. Oh, okay, so we don't have to pit. We will not have to pit. Okay. Although it will be interesting to see if the scripted caution comes out towards the end of the race. Now, to be fair, that hasn't been happening a great deal towards the end of the career mode in Season 1. That wasn't happening a whole lot. It was happening a lot towards the beginning, but towards the end, it didn't really happen all that much. And in fact, there was quite a few races that went green and actually surprised me. So, but yeah, usually there's always that scripted caution at the end of the race that makes you kind of forces a green-white checker instance, and it's like that really has been kind of here or there. It's not really happening a whole lot, but we got to make it 11 laps around this track, so we're gonna have to conserve. We're gonna have to make sure that we can stay ahead of these guys, as well as conserve our tires. Because if you're not careful, you could burn these tires. Like I said, you could burn these tires up within 7 or 8 laps and basically be on like 1%. You know, after that, and blow a tire. Did happen in the chase for the Fantasy Cup. Hopefully you guys are checking that out. That's our attempt at a league race. But we're doing like a chase style format with 10 races at 10 different tracks, 1 exhibition race, so I guess it's technically 11. But we did race here at Atlanta, and tire wear just played the ultimate factor. I was trying to conserve, but there was this little bit of a glitch that happened towards the beginning of the race where both myself and John, we started on like a tire wear of like 70-something%, and while everyone else kind of started to get around that level, we started there, so our tire wear was way worse than everyone else's, and we both blew a tire, both hit the wall. Finished the stage 4th and 5th, but you know, it was just that whole thing kind of messed us up. We might have been able to put some kind of strategy, implement some type of, you know, pitch strategy or anything like that, but none of that came to fruition because of, you know, odd game glitches and stuff like that. But yeah, for some reason we started on the same tire wear that we had during our qualifier race that we do off screen, and it's just like But yeah, tire wear played the ultimate factor. It got to the point where it was just like, yeah, we should probably just go ahead and like it came down to a late race pit stop, late race caution happened, and we had to just, we were all forced to kind of like take tires. We had to do it. It was just like, man. And here we go. Speaking of the late race caution, caution is out. This changes everything. We are most likely getting into green-white checker territory. So now we're worn down on tires quite a bit. Oh no, that was Hailie Deegan that was out of the race. Oh man, tough start for Hailie Deegan. Oh man, that's tough. That's tough. She's not having a good debut, but here we go. Coming to the line, green flags back in the air. 2 laps to go. Does anyone have anything for us? Probably not. The tires have cooled off. They're worn, but they have definitely cooled off. And this number 54 N29 Technologies truck is pulling away. No need to conserve tires anymore. Let's go. Off of turn 4. White flag is in the air. 1 to go. Spotter says to just come on and bring it home. That is the plan. Off turn number 2. Down the back straightaway for the final time. No one's got anything for this truck. As we're coming off turn 4, and for the second time this season, we're gonna win! Absolute dominating performance. Absolute dominating performance. There's just, I don't even know what to even say. I don't even know what to say. There was no exciting passes. There was no real chance that anybody had to catch us. So I'm going to go ahead and call it right here. This here burnout. This burnout is the most exciting thing that happened this whole race. This burnout is our Sunoco race winning moment. Alright, so here are the race results for the Ultimate Tailgating 200 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We win the race, win all 3 stages, no competition. Brett Moffitt comes in second, Ross Chastain in third. Fourth is our teammate Tyler Ankrum. Rounding out the top 5 is Sheldon Creed. We got Eckes, Crafton, last year's champion Harrison Burton. Johnny Sauter came up through the field, and Grant Enfinger will round out the top 10. Here's the rest of the field. You pick out your favorite driver. Former teammate finishing in 16th. That's Buddy Clay finishing 23rd. And Hailie Deegan, the heartbreak of the race. Man, she has been having such a tough go at it these first 2 races. Hopefully, things will start to turn around for her. But she finishes 32nd, last place, 26 laps down. So we logged the fastest lap of the race. Did you think we wouldn't? With a 30.7. Led the most laps of the race. All of them. Literally all of them. On the move, Sheldon Creed. How about that? Started 20th, finished in the top 5. Good job, Sheldon. And a tough break of the race. Stuart Friesen started 11th, finished 26th. Do I want to join Grant Enfinger for karaoke? No, Grant. No. Look, you need to learn how to race a little bit cleaner online, and maybe I'll consider that. Okay? Okay? Good. And here are the point standings after Atlanta. We're still in the lead. Ross Chastain is in second. Third is Matt Crafton. Fourth is Brett Moffitt. Fifth, Gustine has dropped down to fifth. Sheldon Creed has moved up to sixth. Tyler Ankrum in seventh. And Harrison Burton moves up to eighth. And let's see, we got Jordan Anderson in ninth. Corbin Forrester will round out the top 10. Let's go ahead and look at what the playoff standings are going to be looking like here. And they're pretty much exactly as they were in the points. So needing a win is Grant Enfinger, Christian Eckes, Kyle Benjamin, Austin Hill, Todd Gilliland, Jordan Anderson, Corbin Forrester, Josh Remy, Austin Wade Self, and Johnny Sauter are all need points. And they're not too far behind, but then again, like I said, after Daytona, these are very early races. A lot can happen between now and the start of the chase/playoffs. A lot can happen then. So, like last year, I never expected to get a single win last year, and somehow I managed to rattle off 3 of them. So, so that was interesting. So we've got 5 wins, season total. Series total, I should say. So we've got 5 wins in the truck series so far. We are putting on one heck of a dominating performance here. But we can also look at what the Xfinity series is doing. We got Tyler Reddick up here, followed by Cole Custer, Gregson, Earnhardt, Nemechek, Gaulding, Christopher Bell, and Chase Briscoe in the 8. Rounding out the top 8. How many drivers are in the chase for the? For this, I wonder. I think there's 12 drivers. Okay. Yeah, Michael Annett, Austin Cindric, Justin Allgaier, Ross Chastain. Okay. So Ross Chastain is both in the playoffs for, well, currently in the playoffs for Xfinity and for trucks. So I'll be interested to see how that works out. Needing a win, Ray Black Jr., Jeff Green, Mike Harmon, and John Jackson, if that's his real name, and Garrett Smithley. Right. Yeah. So I give Garrett Smithley a hard time because he's slow. So anyway, guys, those are the point standings. That's what's going on in Xfinity. The reason I'm looking at Xfinity is we are going to be doing some races there at some point. I don't know when. I believe the first race might be Bristol. That seems to be the first race that everyone else has been doing when they were coming up through the career mode. But, like I said, these guys had also done races with, started from the dirt and moved up. So this being our second season here, we're going to be getting some offers. And I believe the first offer is always Bristol with Mike Harmon Racing, which it usually is. But we'll just have to see. We're not too concerned about Xfinity just yet until we start getting some better car offers. We'll have to see how that all works out. But we are going to Vegas. I don't plan to be putting on a clinic at Vegas. This is going to be the test right here. This is going to be the test. Like Daytona was one thing. Atlanta was a given. Vegas, that's the real test. That's the real test. I've never, I don't believe ever in my life won a race at Las Vegas. Las Vegas has always been one of the tougher tracks. I just cannot find speed. I don't understand it. I can do well at Kansas, which is, almost kind of like that. You got those cookie cutter tracks, Kansas, Kentucky, and Vegas. Chicagoland kind of falls in somewhat of a similar thing, but Vegas, I don't think I've ever had a good time at Vegas. So that's going to be the real test. If we can win at Vegas, I'm calling it right now. This is 100% a championship winning vehicle right here in this truck. So we'll have to see. But until then, I know this wasn't the most entertaining race to just get out there and just dominate in that fashion. But for those of you who have played this game, you knew this was coming. For those who haven't, if you're planning on playing it, this is what you can expect. So, but yeah, I know that wasn't the most entertaining race, but just give it time. Like I said, we're going to Vegas. Like I said, don't ever think I don't think anything's ever been simple at Vegas for me. So we'll just have to see where that goes. But for right now, thank you guys so much for tuning into the Gander Outdoor Truck Series here on McBlam Racing. If you like this series, I do this every weekend following the Gander Outdoor Truck Series IRL. If you enjoy some cup racing, make sure you tune into the NASCAR Thunder 2003 career mode on Sundays. I do that every weekend following the Monster Energy Cup Series, if that's what it's still called. But anyway, like I said, subscribe if you're new. If you haven't already, click the bell, notifications, get notified of every video that I post here, which I do other things besides NASCAR. And leave a like to support the series. Comment your hype list down below because the comments are always helpful and always fun to read. And like I said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you at Las Vegas.